how humans can see the power of God in nature's creation and learn to appreciate Him through it. Nature, in its splendor and complexity, offers a profound window into the power, creativity, and majesty of God. By observing the natural world, humans can see the fingerprint of a creator who intricately designed everything from the vastness of the cosmos to the tiniest organisms on Earth. Learning to appreciate God through His creation is both a spiritual journey and a practice of gratitude. This write-up explores how humans can recognize and value God's power in nature, leading to a deeper relationship with Him. 1. The grandeur of the universe reflects God's majesty. The enormity of the universe invites awe and humility. The Bible proclaims, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." Psalm 19 verse 1. Observing the stars, galaxies, and planets reminds us of God's omnipotence and His ability to create vast systems that operate in perfect harmony. Practical reflection. Stargazing can evoke a sense of wonder and gratitude. By contemplating the vastness of space, humans are reminded of their place in God's grand design and His ability to manage infinite complexity. Personal practice. Meditate on passages like Isaiah 40 verse 26, which reminds us that God calls each star by name. This practice fosters a deeper appreciation of His control over both the macro and micro aspects of creation. 2. The intricacy of Earth's ecosystems displays divine wisdom. Nature on Earth is marked by balance and interconnectedness. From the water cycle that sustains life to the way ecosystems thrive in unity, creation reflects God's wisdom. Each organism, from the bees pollinating flowers to the tides controlled by the moon, serves a purpose in a divine system. Practical reflection. Spend time in nature, observing the small details. Look at the veins in a leaf, the movement of clouds, or the rhythm of waves crashing on a shore. Such moments reveal the Creator's intentionality. Personal practice. Consider journaling moments of amazement when witnessing nature's details. Reflect on Psalm 104, which poetically describes the interconnectedness of God's creation. 3. The power of natural forces illustrates God's strength. The sheer power of natural phenomena, such as thunderstorms, waterfalls, and volcanic eruptions, gives humans a glimpse of God's might. These events remind us of His unparalleled strength, as seen in His ability to command the forces of nature. Practical reflection. Witnessing a lightning storm or standing near a powerful waterfall can remind humans of God's sovereignty. These moments create a sense of reverence and respect for His immense power. Personal practice. Pray during moments of awe, thanking God for His strength and control over the natural world. Verses like Job 37 verses 5 to 6, which speak of God's voice in the thunder, can help frame these experiences spiritually. 4. The beauty of creation points to God's creativity. Beauty in nature, sunsets, mountains, flowers, and oceans, reflects God's artistic nature. He didn't create a utilitarian world, but one filled with splendor and diversity, for the purpose of delight and praise. Practical reflection. Witnessing a sunrise or walking through a blooming garden stirs the soul. The variety of colors, patterns, and textures in creation is a testament to God's creative genius. Personal practice. Practice gratitude during these moments. Say a prayer of thanks for God's ability to create a world filled with both functionality and beauty. Psalm 96 verses 11 to 12 reminds us that creation itself rejoices in its Creator. 5. The provision of nature shows God's care for humanity. Nature sustains life. From the food we eat to the air we breathe, God's provision is evident. He created a world that meets our needs abundantly, as Jesus highlighted in Matthew 6 verses 26 to 29, reminding us that even the birds and flowers are cared for by God. Practical reflection. Reflect on the ways nature provides for you, whether it's the produce you consume or the clean water you drink. Recognizing these provisions fosters trust in God's care. Personal practice. During meals or moments in nature, take time to thank God for His generosity. Deuteronomy 8 verses 7 to 10 speaks of the richness of the land provided by God, a reminder of His faithful provision. 6. The healing qualities of nature reflect God's mercy. Nature not only provides sustenance but also offers healing and restoration. The peace found in a quiet forest or by the ocean reminds us of God's mercy and the ways He provides rest for our souls. Practical reflection. Spend time in natural settings for peace and renewal. Observing how time in nature refreshes the spirit highlights God's intent for humanity to find solace in His creation. Personal practice. Pray or meditate during nature walks, reflecting on verses like Matthew 11 verses 28 to 29, which promise rest for the weary. 7. The diversity of life reveals God's inclusiveness. The wide variety of life forms, from animals to plants, reflects God's delight in diversity. Each species, no matter how small, serves a purpose and contributes to the ecosystem, demonstrating God's inclusive nature. Practical reflection. Visit zoos, botanical gardens, or natural habitats to observe the variety of life. Consider how God values each aspect of creation. Personal practice. Take time to thank God for diversity, not only in nature but in humanity. Reflect on Genesis 1 verse 31, where God declares all of His creation very good. 8. Seasons teach lessons of renewal and faith. The cycle of seasons reflects spiritual truths about growth, decay, and renewal. Just as spring follows winter, humans can trust in God's promise of restoration and hope in their own lives. Practical reflection. Observe the changing seasons and how each one serves a purpose in the natural world. Personal practice. Use moments like spring blooms or autumn harvests as reminders of God's faithfulness. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 11 speaks to the beauty of seasons in their time. 9. Nature's stillness highlights God's presence. Moments of stillness in nature, like a calm lake or a quiet morning, remind us of God's ever-present nature. These moments invite reflection and peace. Practical reflection. Take time to sit in silence in a natural setting. Let the stillness remind you of God's presence, as described in Psalm 46 verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. Personal practice. Incorporate silent prayer or meditation during these moments to focus on God's presence. 10. Responding to God's creation with stewardship. Seeing God's power in nature inspires not just awe but responsibility. As stewards of the earth, humans are called to care for the environment, reflecting God's care for His creation. Practical reflection. Participate in acts of stewardship, like planting trees, conserving water, or reducing waste. Personal practice. Offer prayers for guidance in preserving creation and thank God for entrusting humanity with this responsibility. Genesis 2 verse 15. Conclusion. A call to awe, gratitude, and worship. Nature is a constant testament to God's power, wisdom, and love. Observing and appreciating the natural world leads to a deeper connection with Him, inspiring awe, gratitude, and worship. By practicing mindfulness and stewardship, humans can honor the Creator while experiencing His presence in every leaf, sunset, and star. Let us, like David in Psalm 8 verses 3 to 4, marvel at creation and ask, what is man that you are mindful of him? Recognizing God in nature draws us closer to Him, helping us live lives filled with reverence, gratitude, and purpose. Seeing God in nature, stars and galaxies. The vastness of the cosmos has inspired awe and wonder for millennia, with stars and galaxies serving as profound testimonies to the majesty and power of God. Observing the heavens offers a unique way to connect with the Creator, as the sheer scale, beauty, and precision of the universe reflect His divine attributes. Let's explore how the stars and galaxies reveal God's glory and invite us to see His presence in the natural world. 1. Stars as proclaimers of God's glory. The Bible often points to the heavens as evidence of God's majesty. Psalm 19 verse 1 states, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." When we look up at the night sky, we are reminded of a creator who is both powerful and meticulous. Stars shine light across vast distances, filling the darkness with beauty and wonder, a metaphor for God's light reaching us in our spiritual darkness. Reflection on God's power. The stars remind us of God's omnipotence. Each star, from the closest sun to the farthest galaxy, was placed intentionally, speaking to the infinite scope of his ability. Personal application. Spend time stargazing, letting the grandeur of the sky lead you into worship and gratitude for the Creator who made it all. 2. Galaxies and God's immeasurable creativity. The universe contains billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars. From spiral galaxies to elliptical and irregular ones, the diversity of their shapes, sizes, and compositions reflects God's boundless creativity. Galaxies like the Milky Way inspire awe not only because of their beauty, but also because of their complexity, functioning like intricate masterpieces that declare the ingenuity of their maker. God's vastness. Galaxies remind us of God's infinite nature. Just as we cannot comprehend the edges of the universe, we cannot fully grasp his majesty. Spiritual takeaway. As you study images of galaxies or view them through a telescope, reflect on how their scale mirrors the greatness of God. Meditate on Isaiah 40 verse 26. Lift up your eyes on high and see. Who created these? 3. The precision of cosmic order. The movements of stars, planets, and galaxies occur in perfect harmony, governed by precise laws of physics. This order reflects God's wisdom and intentionality. The fine-tuning of the universe, from gravitational constants to the speed of light, shows a creator who not only delights in beauty, but also ensures that everything works together in balance. Divine order in the universe. The stars follow predictable paths, and galaxies rotate in harmony. These rhythms speak of a creator who designed a universe that is both beautiful and functional. Personal application. Consider how the predictable order of the cosmos mirrors God's reliability in our lives. Just as the stars stay fixed in their courses, God remains faithful. 4. The stars as a symbol of God's care for humanity. Despite the vastness of the universe, the Bible reminds us that God's focus is still on humanity. In Genesis 15 verse 5, God uses the stars to symbolize his promise to Abraham, saying, "Look up at the sky and count the stars. If indeed you can count them, so shall your offspring be." This image reminds us that, while the cosmos reveals God's grandeur, he also cares for each of us personally. The stars, countless and infinite, symbolize his promises and his ability to fulfill them. Reflection on God's intimacy. God, who names every star, Psalm 147 verse 4, also knows us individually. The vastness of the universe does not diminish his care for his creation. Personal practice. Reflect on how God's promises, symbolized by the stars, are eternal and unchanging. 5. Stars as a symbol of hope and guidance. Stars have long been used as tools for navigation, offering direction in the vast seas and deserts. Biblically, stars also serve as symbols of divine guidance. The Star of Bethlehem, which led the wise men to Jesus, is a powerful example of how God uses the heavens to reveal his plans and lead humanity. Hope in the night sky. Stars are visible only in darkness, reminding us that God often reveals his glory most clearly in challenging times. Personal application. When life feels overwhelming, look to the stars as a reminder of God's constancy and his ability to guide you toward his purpose. 6. The awe-inspiring scale of the cosmos. The scale of the universe can be overwhelming. Light from the closest star, Proxima Centauri, takes over 4 years to reach Earth, and galaxies like Andromeda are millions of light-years away. This immense distance, however, points us to a God who is greater than the universe he created. Reflection on God's transcendence. The vastness of space humbles us, reminding us of our smallness and God's greatness. Yet, this realization should not make us feel insignificant but deeply loved by a God who created such magnificence and still cares for us. Spiritual takeaway. Meditate on Psalm 8 verses 3 to 4. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? 7. Practical ways to appreciate God in the stars and galaxies. Stargazing is worship. Dedicate time to observe the night sky, reflecting on how each star points to the Creator's glory. Astronomy as exploration. Learn about the universe through science, seeing the study of stars and galaxies as a way to marvel at God's handiwork. Art inspired by the cosmos. Create or engage with art, poetry, or music inspired by the stars, connecting your creativity with God's infinite imagination. Conclusion. The stars as a reflection of God's eternal glory. The stars and galaxies offer a glimpse of the infinite, eternal nature of God. They remind us that the same God who created the cosmos also created us and invites us into a relationship with Him. By appreciating the beauty, complexity, and scale of the heavens, we are drawn into a deeper sense of worship and awe, recognizing that every star declares His glory. Whether gazing at the Milky Way, studying distant galaxies, or contemplating the mysteries of the universe, let the stars lead your heart to the one who placed them there.